Produced by Dane Calloway and Tanisha Calloway. Watch this brand new documentary, Mother Rosa, right now at DaneMakeYouThink.com.
Yeah, let me quickly touch on this topic real quick because I see a lot of people inboxing me about it. As far as like, okay, the genealogy process that you guys are familiar with that I usually go over numerous times, but I'm sure it's more new people coming on board and they have more questions, especially when they're DMing me the same question. I don't know who, okay, in other words, like some people out there are stating that there are particular ways that you have to go about genealogy. Hey, hit me up, spend some money with me and I'm gonna do your genealogy for you. And I told you guys numerous times that you have to be careful. You have to be careful. I don't suggest that you put your trust into genealogists out there that's gonna charge you. Sometimes people charge you, $50 and sometimes people charge you $1,000 and stuff like that. I don't know them. Keep in mind, the person that's doing your genealogy will be getting to know you. They're going to need to know all of your personal information, and that's the reason why I said, hold up, most of y'all hold up for a second, because what I'm going to have set up is a genealogy team that you can trust, Like we're not about to play no games when I put that genealogy team out there. Coming right along with what we have set up for all of us in general. Yeah, because there's a lot of scamming going on, and I forewarned you guys this because a lot of people, the scammers out there, think this is an opportunity to take advantage of vulnerable people. They're noticing that I'm sparking an interest up of certain people wanting to do their genealogy because they heard they had Indian in their family. And of course, there could be some great benefits behind that. It could be land allotments. It could be, them becoming one with their tribe again if their tribe is still here. And I also tell people this because this is another thing I'm noticing. People are asking me about tribal membership. Now, I tell them you can gain tribal membership, but you just have to be specific about what tribe you want to join, because some particular tribes only allow you to become a member of their tribe only. Like, you can't become a member of another tribe, even if you know that some of your other family members were a part of another tribe. They could be very biased. Like, for example, I told you guys how my father stopped me from trying to join other tribes because he wanted me to be down with Eastern Band Cherokee, because that's him and his side of the family out of North Carolina. I told you guys this. So that was the reason why I went to North Carolina, by the way. Of course, not to stay with my father, but to be with my father's side of the family. Down there, shout out to Cherokee, North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. And I remember y'all, I don't know if y'all seen this, but I also did a documentary on Asheville, North Carolina. And that was the time I got featured in Asheville's newspaper. And my children got featured in it. I thought that was so cute. But anyway, I did great work and they appreciated that, And I was out in North Carolina for about 4 years. I forgot how many years I was out there. But we were in the mountains. Mountains. Like, that was at first it had to, I felt at home when I got there. Of course, my family was, my family. But those mountains could be scary to certain people, if you're unfamiliar with how to travel around them. And let me not get into that because now I'm gonna change the subject. Anyway, the whole point is, see me, I would go on. I got things to share, but certain people may not want to be enlisted in a tribe. And I understand that. Now, certain people are receiving their paperwork based off of, what tribe their families are associated with. And they're asking me which tribe should they, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not up to me. Whatever tribe you want to be affiliated with is whatever tribe you want to be affiliated with. Yes, you will see multiple tribes. The tribes intermix with each other, but that's totally up to you. I can't make that determination for you. Like, you can look up their benefits to see if they're receiving benefits. Like, if a tribe has a casino or something like that, if they're getting some type of welfare, that's totally up to you. Whatever you want to decide is what you want to decide, but just be careful. Me, I don't like it because the majority of the tribes have been infiltrated and they go about it a certain particular way. Like, for example, certain tribes only go by one census as an example. And if your family is not on that census or not meeting up to a blood quantum, they'll be like, no, But that doesn't mean you stop there because, okay, say for example, you really want to have tribal citizenship and you want to carry around a card, like how I carry around a card or a CDIB. You could get your CDIB, which is your certificate of degree of Indian blood. You can get that because actually that's very useful, especially when you're trying to say, okay, I'm gonna go to that tribe, and that's straight up Indian Affairs, Bureau of Indian Affairs to get that. I mean, they determining, which roles your ancestors are on, by way of the roles, and they're gonna determine the quantum and blah, 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 blah. That's a process that could probably take about roughly, I'm gonna say 90 days to get everything done. It could be a little less depending on what you have, but if you want to be a tribal citizen, like if you want to be card-carrying tribal citizen, go ahead. I remember I used to tell people, like, straight up, it's up to you. Like, it's really up to you. Do I recommend it? I mean, it depends on what situation you're in. Like, could it be beneficial? Yes, it can. It depends on what tribe you're going to. It can be beneficial. Not all tribes are federally recognized, and not all tribes have specialized benefits that can work in the citizens' favor. Some tribes have it set up where it's only working in the white collar positions' favor, like the higher ups, all the way up to the principal chief. So it depends on how you want to do that. That's totally up to you. I remember I used to get flack for that. I used to tell people it's not all that, and certain people be like, well, Dane, that's going to be misleading because certain people get benefits. And I'm like, not everybody get benefits. You walk up on their res and they don't got nothing, doesn't make you any better than anybody else that doesn't have tribal citizenship. No. But you are going to be recognized as a tribal citizen, which is like, it's different than just being a regular citizen. I mean, it is the same thing, but now you're governed by the tribe's government and the U.S. government. Let's not forget that, because if they're federally recognized, then the federal government has control over that tribe. And that's what I don't like. I don't think that should be the case. That's what I'm against right there. And I even got flack from my own family for stating that, but I don't think that's right. Like, we siding with the government when the government has never been our friends. We siding with the government's rules too, stating, we need an ID and all the rest of this stuff. And that's the reason why I don't brag about that type of stuff. I don't feel as though I should be rubbing it in people's faces, all the time, because it's not. I mean, it does validate me. It will validate a person, but that doesn't mean that I'm more of an Indian than anybody else that doesn't have an ID. And let me explain what I mean by that. You could be Indian, just not enrolled. Or you could be Indian, just not a part of the tribe yet. Or you could be Indian choosing not to be a part of the tribe because the tribes have been infiltrated. Like, I used to get asked that question a lot. Like, Dane, why would people not want to be a part of the tribe? That's because the tribe has been infiltrated. They don't want to deal with that. They looking around, they do see their brothers and sisters, and then all of a sudden they seeing some pale faces. They're going to be like, hold up, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's going to feel awkward. And that's why I said my main duty, like in the beginning, I remember like when I first came up on the scene, when I started on Facebook and I was showing everybody my family stuff, family records, showed y'all the process. And that's when I started going viral. Then they told me to go to YouTube. And when I went to YouTube, I got in trouble by my grandfather when he was living then, because of course I had my real name and stuff like that. So I started, I'm related to Chief Wanaluska, and everybody, they were like, hold up, whoa, this dude Cherokee for real. And yeah, I'm Cherokee for real. The problem is that people be trolling, okay? That it wouldn't have been no problem. I could have kept it moving and started probably going deeper to my family if people didn't start calling my grandfather's house, trolling my mother's phone, a whole bunch of stuff. They started calling my family members, so I had to switch it up and stop that. I mean, I couldn't change my name. That's my real name. But I had to stop, talking about my background because, I mean, I guess people thought they could look that stuff. And you can look that stuff up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't be, promoting it. And that's another thing. When somebody do your genealogy, again, like I said earlier in the conversation, just make sure it's somebody that you could trust, because you are giving somebody your personal information, and it can be tracked. Like, I wish I did have the luxury to be using a different name, but no, I don't. I don't have a stage name. I don't have a stage name. But see, that's all the more reason why I'm transparent with a lot of the stuff, because there's no sugarcoating nothing. Like it's me and my wife names on the books, on the videos and stuff like that. There's no need for us to hide. As far as the genealogy is concerned, I don't want anybody to think that you got one up on somebody else because you had tribal citizenship. It is best to know what tribe your family is associated with. Like if they were enrolled in a tribe, then yeah, if you want to be down with that particular tribe, it's up to you. But in some cases, you're going to see more than one. Now, if you see more than one, it's up to you. You can claim all four. And now I know there's people out there that's going to be like, oh, that's not legit. You can't do that. But your bloodline is so big, you never know. You'll never know. It could have been family members inside of your family. That's still your bloodline that could have married outside of the tribe. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, don't feel bad when you see more than one tribe. I mean, in most cases, that's what's going to happen anyway. In most cases, that's what's going to happen. It's just that, and I saw it. It's just that my father was like, hell nah, you coming over here. You know, and it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I asked him, I straight up, you know, can we go, you know, enroll in? No, you can't. No, blah, blah, blah. It's exclusive. So some tribes do that. Not all tribes do that to a point where they say you can't enroll in, you know, other tribes. I mean, I guess, you know, the reason why they doing that is because if they federally recognize you doubling, tripling, quadrupling your benefits, depending on what they get, you know, so I guess that's why they implemented that, you know, but that's up to the tribe for that to happen though. It's not necessarily up to you, but you still can't make the decision. Like you still can't make the decision on, like, say, for example, you got accepted in Choctaw and you got accepted in, let's say, Cherokee. It's up to you which one you want. You know what I'm saying? It's totally up to you. Like if they found out that you on a particular rolls on Choctaw and, you know, one of your family members on the rolls that the Cherokee Nation will accept, or if it's if it's Eastern Band Cherokee, you got to be on the Baker rolls. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Dawes rolls on Cherokee Nation of 1866, but you gonna have to look it up. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, if you see your family members on the rolls, you know, say why not? Again, in the past, I told people like it's straight up to you. Do I suggest it? No, because it's infiltrated, but that's up to you. Because again, you're gonna look around and see that it's gonna be more than just, you know, darker people there. There's gonna be pale faces there, hands down, especially in charge. Now, are you gonna outnumber them? No, that's another thing that they made sure. Like even if you are a freedman, and I was doing videos about the freedmen too. Like I remember when the Cherokee freedmen won their case years ago, and I did a video about that to let everybody know if you had Cherokee freedmen on the rolls, like if your ancestors had Cherokee freedmen, y'all could go now. Y'all could become citizens now. If y'all want to go to freedmen, the Cherokee freedmen route, you can still do it. Now, if you're not the freedmen, but y'all still have Indian on them rolls or whatever rolls you on, don't forget it's from A to Z. Those rolls are from A to Z. You need to check all of them just to be sure, because you'll never know. But yeah, as far as your genealogy is concerned, you need to go back, and you don't have to go that far back. Like once you 1850s, 1880s, you gonna know who your, you know, what tribe you're affiliated with, where they're located. I'm talking about officially, you gonna know that. And it's not gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's gonna be right in front of you. And you can make the determination whether if you wanna pick that tribe, or just say, all right, look, I'm fine with what I got. You know, I got the records, I know who I am. I don't need no ID to, you know, to become a citizen of a tribe right now. I'm the type of person that's gonna tell you, you still Indian. You're still Indian. You proved it to yourself. Now, what you can go do, actually, go get your certificate or degree of Indian blood. At least go get that. You don't necessarily have to have tribal citizenship. It's up to you. Oh, and here's another thing I forgot to mention. Some tribes require you to be on the res. Now, Eastern Band Cherokee was trying to pull that move on me. Luckily, we was already down there, but I still didn't want to live on the res. And I was trying to figure out how we could do that. But now, you know, I had permission to be close by because I didn't want to live on the res. I just didn't like that condition. I mean, I turned my nose up to a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my family. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's just certain things I just don't like. You know, and I know my father's still with us. So my father stopped me from talking about it because at first I used to talk about it heavy. I used to be going in. Like, I'm not liking this condition. I don't like the people that I see. You know, people sprung out on drugs. I used to go in, but my father pissed off about that. You know, like, oh, stop, chill, don't do that. Same thing with my grandfather. My grandfather was saying the same thing. Like, out of respect for my grandfather, because he's, no longer with us physically, but he's with us spiritually, I'm going to stop. And I have stopped doing all of that. Like, I would tell somebody, what's going on to a limit. I'm not going to go too far into my family's history anymore. When it comes to genealogy, it's a journey, and it's totally up to you or how you want to do it. But again, I'm not going to discredit you. I know it's people out there. I remember I used to get on those people that got cards, that'll go out there and be like, yo, man, nah, man, you ain't no Indian unless you got a tribal citizenship card. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because again, don't forget that a person can still be an Indian, okay, and choose not to be enrolled in any tribal affiliation at all. They don't want to be affiliated with what's going on right now because all of the tribes have been infiltrated. The reason why we know that is because, for example, the 300 I forgot the number, 300 and something odd federally recognized tribes are federally recognized. In other words, the federal government said, okay, you're a tribe. Okay? That's not how it was previously. Meaning, that's not how it was historically. Okay? So they got that option. I remember this girl, and I fell out with her because of that. I helped this girl get her Cherokee Nation citizenship. Basically, damn near family. She was cool, and then she started, like, okay, for example, I was doing this was back when I started doing, what's that thing called? Clubhouse. And that's why I can't stand Clubhouse to this day, man. She was getting up in there boasting and bragging and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, chill. Don't do them like that. Don't make them feel bad because they don't have a card. Don't do it like that. Like, that's not good. And I told her, like, if you continue to do that, I'm going to cut all ties with you. Like, I'm not about to be belittling my brothers and sisters just because they're not affiliated. A citizen of a tribe. It could be multiple reasons why they're not, a citizen of a tribe. Don't rub it down or throw it down their throat. And that's another reason why I left Clubhouse, because she wasn't the only one. Come to find out, there was a couple more. And I went live on my stream. I went live on my channel. Like, y'all gotta stop that. The whole point is that y'all didn't even know. A few years ago, y'all didn't even know. Okay? So why would you knock somebody else that don't know? One, two, those that do know choose not to be in the tribe because they see what happened. Three, let them make their own decision. That don't mean that they not Indian, because there's people with tribal citizenship that ain't Indian. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. It's people with tribal citizenship that's not Indian. That's why you think they got the blood quantum in there. Because if they was Indian, it would be no such thing as blood quantum. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm against them. Like, I'm gonna turn them away because they so-called black and they don't know their history. Like, what? I'm here to help the people that don't know their history. And it's till they do. And once they do, it is totally up. I don't care if they full-blooded. It's totally up to them if they want to join a tribe or not. That's federally recognized. It's totally up to them. I won't ever put that type of pressure on them. And that's what I've been saying for years. People can pull up my old videos and I've been saying the same thing. Well, Dane, do you think I should get with this federally recognized tribe? I'm automatically gonna be like, yo, do I recommend it? No. Why? Because it's infiltrated. But it's up to you. Now, once you get to going with if it's gonna change your life, like you don't have these type of benefits, you need help and stuff like that, certain people, or certain tribes rather, certain nations, let me be real here, certain nations get specialized benefits, okay? Don't forget that a nation consists of more than one tribe, not just one. Anytime you hear nation, just think more than one tribe. It's never gonna be to a point where it's just one. That means it's more hands in the pot. So you are going to get something. And again, it depends on your situation. It could be life-changing. But yeah, I can't stand when people do that. I look at that and I say, all right, look, you're working against us. The whole point is we trying to tell our people, look, we are the indigenous people of this land. It was a whole lot of infiltration that happened. A whole lot of people took our spot. We all were supposed to be receiving these benefits before they even came up with a tribal citizenship ID, before they even came up with a tribal enrollment. There was no such thing as, okay, you enroll in this tribe, you become a member. That's not how it worked. If that wasn't your blood, that wasn't your blood here. I understand why people do that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Some people do that. Some people will do that to encourage you to do yours, right? Some people will do that to validate themselves, right? That's just like a millionaire becoming a millionaire overnight. This is like you handing a 17, 18-year-old out of high school millions of dollars so he could come play for the NBA. Okay? People are going to change for that. And I understand. Like, you know, certain people got that type of mentality. I don't. I'm not going to throw it in your face. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that type. I got my CDIB. Yeah, I got my tribal citizenship. Yeah, I'm this and I'm that. I'm just not the bragger type.
I'm just here to make you think.
Slow down. Yeah. Sub up, light up.